Kev, only one place to start really. Have we been denied a perfectly legitimate goal in stoppage time today?
Yeah, really, really frustrating because we had a game plan. The players followed that game plan through brilliantly. The effort, the application, the way they backed each other up, the way they worked for each other, some top individual performances within that as well, and some outstanding defending, all to allow us a chance that when our chance came, if it gets taken, we win that game. And we know how good Lincoln are at home. We know how many goals they've scored recently. And we've done everything, including score a perfectly good goal, which has been taken away apparently for handball, which is very hard to explain.
Have you had any dialogue with the officials since full time as to what he's seen?
No, you're not allowed to talk to them for a certain length of time after they lock themselves in their room and they have their chats. So we'll see what he comes back with. But I think in a 50-50 game, we've just looked at the stats, they had twice as many fouls. The inconsistency of those decisions and the frustration that then builds puts the ref in a really difficult situation because, of course, there's going to be emotion on the sidelines. And it's just, from our point of view, really, really disappointing that something that we can't control is taken away from what would have been an excellent 3 points, albeit a very good point.
I imagine a player with more frustration than most might be Josh McGuinness, because he's not even being allowed to have a sight on goal because every time he gets up for that header it's given as a foul.
Yeah, and again, it's inconsistencies, it's frustrating, it went on so long against Josh, it was hard to understand why some of those decisions were given against him. But it is something that we can't control. You know, the refs had a poor game. There's no other way of saying it. And you don't want to come out here and bash officials. We all know what a difficult job it is. But today, I think we're all in agreement that it was particularly poor. So the big thing for us is that our lads managed to not let it affect them. They managed to make sure that they stayed focused. They didn't allow any cheap chances on goal. And to do that when you probably feel like everything's going against you while you're out there is real testament to them and their mentality and their togetherness.
Let's focus on those positives though. Like you said, another clean sheet, another game unbeaten as well, and a really good defensive performance, which has been a common theme lately.
No, absolutely. And that it's not just the back three deserve a lot of credit. The goalkeeper deserves a lot of credit, but so do those guys around that work particularly hard to allow them to do their jobs. And I think that's been a real plus over this 6-game run, that everybody's doing their job. And there's times where, you know, I'm sure people don't feel like it's the most glamorous job in the world, but it allows other people to excel. It allows us to keep clean sheets. It makes sure that we're in games all the way through. And this is another one that we could have won. I don't think we gave them much in the way of chances. And so, yeah, really well done to the whole group for defending properly. But I would probably mention, you know, I thought I'd turns to get booked so cheaply early on. Not sure why it was given as a yellow card. It was, but then his one-on-one defending from then on was magnificent. Alan, Gus defending the box, making sure that they don't get a chance. Ben Purrington defended the back post really well. We have to get better at stopping crosses. We have to give less set plays away, because we certainly gave them their air raid siren and all the rest of it an opportunity. But we stood up to that, and I just think that was, it'll make for a happy trip home.
Someone like Ed, I think we had 4 minutes of added time and he was booked to the 4th minute, so that's a whole 90 minutes he's played on a yellow, and I think we've certainly seen since he's come in, he's an old head on young shoulders.
Oh, for a player as aggressive and front foot as what Ed is, to have to play that length of time as you start to tire against what is a good team and what's a very athletic team, Lincoln, I think it's brilliant on his part. Really, really good, because he was thinking clearly all the way through when he needed to go forward, when he needed to step back, when he needed to block, when he needed to tackle, and that's the art of good defending.
And I'm sure just as much as we feel hard done by, the 230 supporters will probably feel hard done by today. But great noise throughout the game. They've had a lot of travelling to do lately. It's great to see them up here.
Yeah, I mean, this is a nightmare of a trip for us all the way across and up the country. So for those guys to turn up in those numbers and back the lads like they did, and I think they obviously appreciate how much work's gone in, how hard the lads are working for them, for the badge and for the shirt. So, you know, they're getting it back, but fair play to them. That's 2 long away trips. That's a lot of miles and a lot of money spent, and hopefully they can be proud of the lads' efforts.
Lots to be excited about still. Another big week ahead in preparation for a sellout game against Wrexham at the Park.
Absolutely, yeah. So our lads now need to, we'll review that game. We'll have a look at what we could have done better, because for all of the pros, we still need to be calmer when we get the ball in the opposition half. We still need to take more possession in the right areas. We still need to be a bit more clear on our decision making in the final third to allow for more chances. So we're certainly not the finished article, but a great game to look forward to next week. Lads need to recover, make sure that they're ready for it, and we'll go back to work as soon as we can.
Thanks, Nico.
Cheers.